Out in the field, we deal with insulation a lot, and while most of the time it just gets pushed aside, it is best practice to wear a mask when dealing with it, especially in older houses. Houses built before the 80s often used insulation that contained asbestos, and asbestos obviously isn't good for you because not only is it a carcinogen, mesothelioma is always the one you hear about, but it can also cause scarring on the inside of your lungs. That itchy feeling you get on your skin when you touch insulation is the fibers of the insulation digging into your skin. And when you breathe that in, the same thing happens on the inside of your lungs, and you can imagine how that's not good for you. It isn't a huge deal in the short term, but over years and years and years of coming into contact with it, it can lead to a lot of issues. Fiberglass is technically better than asbestos because it doesn't cause cancer, and the fiberglass fibers themselves are also much bigger and not as jagged as the asbestos fibers. Here's a good comparison between the two. You can see on the piece of asbestos that it's covered in these small hair-looking things. That's actually what really does the damage to your lungs, and you can see just how much larger the glass fiber is in comparison. Apparently you can actually see the glass fibers with your naked eye if you look close enough, but the asbestos fibers are just so small that they're basically microscopic. Most of the time, fiberglass will just get caught in your nose or your throat, but that doesn't mean you're entirely safe. Some of the glass fibers can still reach your lungs and cause the same issue as asbestos fibers, the only difference being that fiberglass doesn't cause cancer. It can cause silicosis, which is just the buildup of scar tissue inside your lungs, and that can be fatal. Cellulose insulation is considered safe to breathe in since it's essentially just paper treated with a flame-retardant chemical, but a lot of the houses that have that blow-in cellulose insulation also have fiberglass or asbestos insulation already in the house, so you're still not entirely safe. So, long story short, if you're going to be working around insulation for a long period of time, it's in your best interest to be wearing a mask.